Hello students, in this video we are going to solve the remaining questions of our Essay 1 paper, Subject Science, Class 8 ncert. In the previous video we had solved up to question number 3b. So here in this question we are starting from question number 4. So here the question number 4 is given to you. Question number 4a. Answer the following questions in short. 1 marks questions are there and total 9 questions are given to you. You have to write 8 questions. So in that first question is give the examples of fertilizers. So now let me see the answers for these questions. So the question was give the examples of fertilizers, and here the answer is given to you that the examples of fertilizers are urea, ammonium sulfate, superphosphate, potash, NPK, etc. Here you have to write the examples of fertilizers, not the manures. Next question was what are the major groups of microorganisms? So there are 4 major groups of microorganisms, and those 4 groups are bacteria, fungi, algae and protozoa. These are the 4 major groups of microorganism. Next, third question was give examples which indicates that nylon fibers are very strong. How we can say that the nylon fibers are very strong? So nylon fibers, as we know, are used for making parachutes and ropes for rock climbing. So this shows that these nylon fibers are very strong. This is the reason why we are using these nylon fibers in parachutes and to make the ropes of the rock climbing. The fourth number was what is malleability? So the property of metals by which they can be beaten into thin sheets is called malleability. The property of the metal by which we can make the thin sheets from the metals, so that property of metals is known as the malleability. Next, fifth number was name the petroleum product used in surfacing of roads. So here your answer is bitumen. Bitumen is the petroleum product which is used for the surfacing of roads. The sixth number question was name the units in which the calorific value of a fuel is expressed. So here the answer is given to you. The unit in which the calorific value of a fuel is expressed is kilojoules per kilogram. You can also write kJ per kg. Here kJ represents kilojoule and divided by kg represents kilogram. So the answer is kilojoules per kilogram. The seventh number was what do you understand by the term migration? What is migration? So here it is given to you the definition of migration. You can also say that some bird species fly to faraway places, or you can say areas, every year during a particular time because of the climatic changes of the place where they were living earlier. So this is known as the migration. For the particular time in a year, some bird species are traveling to the faraway places or another areas because of the climatic conditions. So this is known as the migration. The eighth number was which part of the cell contains organelles? So here the answer is given to you that the cytoplasm of the cell contains cell organelles, or you can say organelles. The ninth number was define asexual reproduction. So type of reproduction in which single parent is involved and offspring are produced without gametes is called asexual reproduction. The reproduction in which only single parent or one parent is involved and the offspring or newborn baby is produced without the gametes is called asexual reproduction. So this is the answers for question number 4a, that was write the answers in short. 1 marks questions. In the paper next question was question number 4b, that is give reasons for the following. Here total 3 questions are given to you. You have to write any 2 and each one carries 2 marks. So here let me start with the first number. The first one is copper cannot displace zinc from its solution. Why copper cannot displace zinc from its solution? So now let me see the answer. So here the answer is given to you that copper is less reactive than zinc, so it cannot displace zinc from its solution. As we know that more reactive metal can only displace the less reactive metal, so here copper is less reactive and zinc is more reactive. So that's why copper cannot displace zinc from its solution. The next question or next reason was water is not used to control fires involving electrical equipments. Why water is not used to extinguish the fire when there is electrical equipments are involved? So here the reason is given to you that water is the good conductor of electricity and it conducts electricity and may cause electric shock to the person who is extinguishing the fire. And so water is not used to control fires which involves the electrical equipments. This is why we are not using water when there is the electric equipments are there in the fire. Because the water is the good conductor of electricity and electricity can pass easily through the water and it may cause electric shock to the person who is extinguishing the fire. The next reason, third number was LPG is better domestic fuel than wood. Why LPG is better than the wood? So here the answer is given to you that its calorific value is higher than wood. The first reason is the calorific value of the LPG is higher than the wood. Next, another reason you can also write that it neither produces smoke nor does not leave any residue after burning, while wood produces a lot of smoke on burning and leaves behind ashes on burning. When we burn the LPG, it does not leave any residue or you can say ash after burning. Whereas in the case of wood, if we are burning the wood, then after burning, it produces lot of smoke as well as ashes, which is harmful for the environment. So that's why LPG is better than the fuel. The another reason here also is there is no control on the combustion of wood, but we can control combustion of LPG. We can control the combustion of LPG, so that's why it is also better. Next is LPG has low ignition temperature while wood has high ignition temperature, so it takes more time to start burning than the LPG. The ignition temperature of wood is higher, so that's why it takes more time to burn as compared to the LPG. So that's why we are using LPG, or LPG, that means liquefied petroleum gas, is better than wood. So the LPG is better domestic fuel than the wood. These are the reasons. 4 reasons are there. This is a 2 marks question. You can write any 2 of the reasons. So here our question number 4b, that is give the reasons for the following, gets over. Next question was question number 5. Answer the following questions in detail and write any 5. Total 6 are given to you. You have to write any 5. Answer of any 5 questions. And each question carries 2 marks. So total 10 marks of this question number 5. So the first question is, what are weeds and how can we control them? So let me see this answer. So the answer for the first question is given to you here. What is first? Weeds. What are weeds? So in a field, many undesirable plants may grow naturally along with the crop. With the crop, many undesirable plants grow. And these undesirable plants are called weeds. So this is the answer for the first question, that is what are weeds. Now in that, another question is also there in the same question, that how can we control them? So we can control weeds by following ways. So here different methods are given to you. In that first method is manual removal. By this manual removal, we can control the weeds. So what is now manual removal? It is given here that it includes physical removal of weeds by uprooting or cutting them close to the grounds. This is In this method we are uprooting the plants or weeds, you can say, or we can also cut them close to the ground to remove them from time to time, and you have to repeat this activity from time to time, and this is done with the help of khurpi or harrow. These are the two tools which is used for this manual removal of the weeds. So this is first method. The another method for removal of weeds is tilling. So second method is tilling. The process of loosening and turning of the soil is called tilling, or you can say also ploughing. And this is done by using a plough. Tilling uproots and kills the weeds. So this is what we are doing in the tilling, that we are loosening the soil or we are turning the soil. This process is known as the tilling or ploughing. And for that the tool used is known as the tool, which is made up of maybe iron or wood. So plough is used for the tilling, and this tilling method uproots the roots and roots of the weeds, and it can also kill the weeds. The next method for the removal of weeds is chemical method. It includes the use of certain chemicals which is known as the weedicides. In this chemical method we are using certain chemicals, and those chemicals are known as the weedicides. Here some example, one example is given to you, that is 2,4-D. 2,4-D for controlling weeds. We are using this weedicide to control the weeds, and weedicides are also sprayed in the fields with a sprayer. So this is a tool which is used for this method. With the help of spray we are spraying these weedicides in the field to kill or to remove the weeds. So this is the answer for the first question, which was what are weeds and how can we control them. The another next question was write the characteristics of synthetic fibers. So here the answer is given to you. The characteristics of synthetic fibers are as follow. In that first one is they absorb less water and dry up quickly. The synthetic fibers absorbs less water and they can dry up quickly, or you can say in the shorter time. So this is one of the advantage, or you can say characteristics of synthetic fiber over natural fiber. Next is they are durable. They are long lasting, so you can say they are more durable than the natural fibers. They are cheaper, their price is low. The next advantage is they are readily available. We can use them directly. Next is they are easy to maintain. We can maintain them easily because they are crease proof. Some of the fibers are also crease proof. That's why they are easy to maintain. Next is they are strong and light in weight, and they are strong, as we had discussed, that they are more durable. And last one is they are not attacked by microorganisms. Microorganisms cannot react with these synthetic fibers. So these are some of the characteristics of synthetic fibers, and this question is of 2 marks, so you have to write minimum 4 characteristics to get the 2 marks. In the paper, in this question number 5, the third question, next question was describe characteristics and uses of coke. So here the answer is given to you. First one in that is characteristics of coke. So in that first characteristic is coke is tough. It is tough, or you can say hard. It is porous and black in color. You will find small holes, so we can say that coke is porous and its color is black. And it is almost the pure form of carbon. The high amount of carbon is there in the coke, so it is the almost purest form of the carbon. Next is coke does not produce smoke while it is burning. Its another characteristic is while burning it will not produce smoke. So these are the characteristics of coke. Next is answer for the same in the same question, that uses of cokes. So in that first use is in manufacture of steel we are using coke. Then after in extraction of many metals we are using also cokes. To get the many metals from its compound we are using coke. So this one is the answer for the third question, the uses and characteristics of coke. The fourth number in this paper, next question was state the consequences of deforestation. or you can say the results of the deforestation. Deforestation will result in what, or consequences of deforestation. So here the consequences of deforestation are given to you, that increase in the amount of carbon dioxide in atmosphere. Because of the deforestation, the number of plants or trees are decreases, so that's why the amount of carbon dioxide will increase in the atmosphere. The next result is the increase in temperature on the earth. As the polluting gas like carbon dioxide, it will increase in the atmosphere, so it will increase the temperature of the earth. Next consequence is reduce rainfall and may cause drought. Because of the number of trees are decreases, so it will reduce the rainfall, and at the end it will cause droughts even. Next is soil erosion increases and fertility decreases. As the plants reduces the soil erosion, as we know that plants roots or roots of the plants, it will hold the soil particles tightly, but if the plants are not there, then it will happen if because of the high rainfall, the soil erosion also may occur. So if the plants are no plants are there, or the number of plants are reduced, then the soil erosion will increase, and at the end this fertility of the soil will decrease. Next is fertile land gets converted into deserts. As the fertility decrease, because of that the fertile land will turn into, or it will convert it into deserts. Next is decrease in water holding capacity of the soil. As we know that soil texture is decreases or it will degrade, then the water holding capacity of the soil will also decrease. Next consequence is decrease in nutrient content of the soil and adverse effect on the soil texture. It will degrade the soil texture, and nutrient which contains the soil, it will also decrease. Last one is existence of wildlife may be threatened due to the loss of their natural habitat. As the forests and trees are the natural habitat for the wildlife, so because of the deforestation, the existence of this wildlife may be threatened or may come into danger because of this loss of natural habitat. So these are some of the consequences of deforestation. You can write other than this also. There are many other consequences of deforestation. Here 2 marks question is there, so you have to write minimum 4 points. Next question in this paper was 5th number, that is make the sketch of plant cell and label it. So here the plant cell is shown to you, and its labeling is also given to you. Here you can say that cell membrane is there. This one is the cell membrane. Outer boundary of this plant cell is known as the cell membrane. This one in the center, vacuole is there. Then after this one is the nucleus of this cell. This one is after this cell membrane. Cell wall is also present in the plant cell. Cytoplasm. This liquid or fluid is known as the cytoplasm, and chloroplast is also there in the plant cell, which is responsible for the photosynthesis or green pigment of the plant cell. So this one is the labeled diagram of the plant cell. Next question 6 number was describe the process of fertilization in human being. So here the answer is given to you. So first let me see what is internal fertilization, because in the human being the fertilization method is internal, or reproduction method is internal fertilization. So sexual reproduction occurs in human beings, and the fertilization take place inside the female body is called internal fertilization. So in human being the internal fertilization is there, and during the copulation the sperms of men are released in the reproductive tract of the woman. During this copulation the sperms from the men is released in the reproductive tract of the woman, and then after the sperms come in contact with the ovum of the female in oviduct. The sperms is released in the man, and the ovum is the reproductive, you can say, cell of the female. So the sperm come in contact with the ovum of the female in the oviduct, and one of these sperms may fuse with the ovum. So this fusion is known as the fertilization. So this process is known as the fertilization, and during this process the nuclei of sperm and ovum fuse to form a single nucleus. After this fusion, the nucleus of the sperm and the nucleus of ovum, they both fuse together and it will form a single nucleus, and this results in the formation of fertilized egg, or you can say zygote. This single nucleus, we know that it is known as the fertilized egg or zygote. So this is the process of fertilization in human being. The further this zygote, or you can say single nucleus, single cell, is further developed into the multicellular, and which is known as the embryo. And then after this embryo further develop, and then after when this develop into a such case that we can identify the particular body parts of the baby, then that is known as the fetus. So this is the whole process of fertilization in human being, and the method is internal fertilization. So here the solution of our essay 1 semester 1 examination of 80 marks gets over. In the next video we will continue our SEM 2 syllabus. Thank you.